Washington football team quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick has been put on the injured reserve with a hip injury, causing him to miss 6 to 8 weeks. This is an article from ESPN from John Keim. Week 1 of the season and already one starter down. See how many more get hurt. And there are a lot of injuries to quarterbacks last year, if I remember correctly, last year, the year before. See if that happens again. But John Keim writes, the Washington football team placed quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick on injured reserve, but it remains uncertain whether, well, not anymore. It says, but it remains uncertain whether it'll be a short or long stay. As I said, it's 6 to 8 weeks that's being reported now. An MRI revealed that Fitzpatrick had a right hip subluxation, but Coach Ron Rivera said he'll see more doctors to determine the severity of the injury and how long he'll be sidelined. He'll have to be on the IR for at least 3 weeks. A source told ESPN's Adam Schefter that Fitzpatrick is expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks. Fitzpatrick was injured on a second quarter hit in Sunday's 20-16 loss to the Los Angeles Chargers. He was replaced by Tyler Heinicke, who will start Thursday's game versus the New York Giants. Heinicke completed 11 of 15 passes for 122 yards and a touchdown Sunday. In 3 games with Washington dating to last season, including one start in a playoff loss to Tampa Bay, Heinicke has completed 62.8% of his passes for 565 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He has a 50.1 total QBR in those 7 quarters. He last started a regular season game on December 23, 2018. Kyle Allen will serve as the number 2 quarterback. Kyle Shermer was signed to the practice squad. Change at this spot is nothing new for Washington. Certainly not. Because of injuries or ineffectiveness, it used 4 different starting quarterbacks in 2018, 3 more a year later, and then 3 in Rivera's first season. It's the nature of the game, Rivera said. Unfortunately, it's happened more than it needs to have in the last season and a game. I hope we get a streak where we keep guys on the field for a long time and benefit from their abilities. After failing to attempt to trade for Matthew Stafford, Washington signed Fitzpatrick in the offseason because it liked his veteran knowledge and felt he was still improving at age 37. Only Tom Brady does that. It did not want to mortgage his future to acquire a quarterback in the draft when it became clear none would be available with the 19th pick in the first round. Washington's plan has been to be more aggressive pursuing a quarterback when it feels confident in the roster around that position. For now, the team must win, despite another injury at the position. Rivera called the situation frustrating. We like the guys we have. They've done good things for us. We'll see what happens, he said. I'm as confident as I could be. Not to lie. But, I mean, I kind of feel bad for the Washington football team. Well, not necessarily the Washington football team, but the fans. I mean, quarterback situation has been horrid. You're always like 7-9, 8-8. Always right there. Sometimes you'll miss the playoffs. Sometimes you'll make it with a division we shouldn't even be in. And you finally get somebody that could bring you to the playoffs, and he gets hurt in the second quarter of the first game of the season. Yeah, at least it wasn't as bad as Alex Smith's injury. Just saying. But Taylor Heinicke, he looked decent in the playoff game against Tampa Bay. I would be interested to see more of him. I don't know if he can make it in the league, but I guess we'll see. Be an interesting experiment. But I guess, what do you think of Taylor Heinicke? Do you think he'll do well? Do you think it's going to be a disaster? Do you think Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to bounce back after he returns? Let me know. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, comment, share. another channel called The Thoughtful Outlaw, where I talk about news in the entertainment world regarding Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, gaming, and more. So check that out if you're interested, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.